point out two important things for the long term. One is I already knew 35, 36 years ago they were planning to turn Manhattan into a fortress for the wealthy. That was their plan. And they were taking, of course, there were a lot of problems and took a long time, but it's not gradually, it's increasingly clear that Manhattan is turning out to be for the wealthy, not just the wealthy Americans, but the foreigners who want to live here or have a second apartment here to come to New York City. Secondly, what it just occurred to me, something I knew quite a while. Using the buses when I'm not using my car, I said, why isn't there more trains, more subways throughout Queens instead of being on a bus for an hour and a half? I can get in one place in 10 minutes by car. If my car wasn't working, it would take me an hour and a half to get to. There is no reason to rely solely on buses if they would earmark more money to building subways, not to Manhattan, but to central parts of Queens that you pick up and you go to the eastern end of Long Island, eastern end of Queens, rather. Now, why they don't have it in Queens? Why not? They have it in Brooklyn. They have so many subway elevated lines as well as underground lines in Brooklyn. Why? Over 100 years ago, when they started the subway system, the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit, the IRT, the IND, Queens wasn't well developed. Brooklyn was. So they went from Manhattan to Brooklyn. They put up all these subway lines. You don't have to take buses all the time in Brooklyn. There's subways available to travel faster. Queens was farmland, country in the 20s and maybe the 30s. And they never got around to putting more subways in Queens. I don't know. All I know is in 1951, there was a big bond to put up a Second Avenue subway. Do we have a Second Avenue subway?